Hi Dan, this is Lauren here. Welcome to Saturday Stats. So today I am going to be telling you all about mixed models and R. So what's a mixed model, one might ask? Well, a mixed model is a type of regression model that takes into consideration the variation that's not normally generalizable to independent variables. So such variation that I'm talking about would be variation across different time points, collected multiple times, which is why I needed to learn this. So Hedker, Mermerstein, and Demertus in their 2013 paper highlighted that this is actually the best thing that we can do with EMA data is a mixed model. So they also highlight how it's basically a staple for any sort of longitudinal data analysis. So these models actually allow you to include random subject effects into regression models in order to account for the influence of subjects on their repeated measures. So Schwartz and Stone, they're telling us that mixed models are really great for EMA analysis. So what we want to start out by doing in a mixed model is we want to find out our predicting factors first. This is what we're going to be trying to do is fit our data to a particular model, basically. So there's two different parts to the model. You always have a fixed effects, or you can have more than one, and random effects. So your fixed effects are the independent variables that would normally be included in your analysis. So example could be like age or gender. For this example I'm going to show you, it's the participant and their time points. So our time points are fixed, 6 time points throughout the day. So what I've done is that I've coded the time as 1 through 6. So the other part is the random effects. So random effects are the variables that are specific to your data sample. So this means that they change or fluctuate. So for ours, it'll be compensatory behaviors and eating disorders. So I'm going to show you what binging happens, and stress is our other one. So we're looking at what my question would be is, for those who report higher levels of stress, as their stress increases, do we see an interaction between the likelihood of them binging? Later on I'll show you that we do, no surprise. So random effects indicates how subjects influence their responses over repeated assessments. For EMA in particular, we're interested around the changes in both between subject variance and within subject variance. So hence why we can use two different models to look at between and within subject variance. So you set it up as multiple levels. For this one, I'm just going to show you, in essence, what would be up to level 2. Okay, so I've already run this. You can tell this disaster. Basically, I'm going to show you my data first of all. So here's this lovely data, and you can see there's participants going down the side. So we collected data over a 2-week time period. They were like beeped in or notified 6 times throughout the day to rate their level of stress, and then compensatory behaviors that followed. So the time is actually random, but they're all 6 time points. So what I wanted to do is dummy code that so that way I could look at how it influences it. So reordered it and dummy coded it. So this timestamp variable is just allowing R to read time in as an actual variable, just to register it as time. So you can see, so what you have to do is basically just tell R right here. Oops, I did not mean to do that, sorry. Tell R, hey, this is actually month, day, year, hour, and minute. So then add a time point. And then from this time point is what I did is put in from the first point that they were beeped, what point after that. So you can see for each participant it varies. Right now this isn't a complete data set. Alright, so the next thing we can do is, okay, well, before you do all this, you need to load in the package your NLME, which allows you to do the mixed models, and then your CAR package. I've already done that. I'm not going to do it again. It would be a waste of time for us both. here it is, running our model. So this is looking at as stress increases over time, the people that report higher levels of stress, is there an interaction between, is there a significant difference between them and reporting binging? So what we're looking at is we're going to look at significant intercept. So you can see it is significant. So those who report higher levels of stress, they're more likely to binge. So it's saying there, time that they intercept. So what you want to do when you look at a mixed model is you want to look at your intercept. You could look at it two different ways. So if I had a dependent variable that's continuous in this example, then the intercept is the estimated value of the dependent variable. All the independent variables are the defaults. If I had a binary, then the intercept is the log odds of the dependent variable being one factor rather than the other. So it gets a little tricky. Basically, mixed modeling, you have to know your data really well, I feel like. I don't know this data set very well, so I'll be getting to know it. But this is an intro video, and I'm showing you that I was introduced to mixed modeling. So there's some things that you should look out for in mixed modeling, just in general. You want to look out for extremely large or small coefficients. That means that the model is overfit, which is what that basically means is that there's too many independent variables included in the model, so your variation's overspecified. So you can't really tease apart which would be influencing one another. You can't have correlated variables. And then once you get past the two levels of factors, you want to set a default level, so then you can look at the significance of the most relevant contrast. If not, then it's like an accumulation of different contrasts, and you won't be looking at something that's actually relevant to your question or your model, if that makes sense. Let's see, what else do I want to tell you about? I'll tell you a little bit more about the intercepts. So the intercepts for random effects, it's basically interpreted the same way as the fixed effects and the estimated coefficients. So you're looking at it as positive or negative, how close is it to 0. So ours is positive, which that would make sense because we're increasing in binges, not decreasing. That'd be kind of cool though, if they were decreasing. It'd be weird, wouldn't make sense. So you can interpret both your random and your fixed. This model that I just ran, though, this bottom part is looking at the relationship between them for our fixed effects. But we could look at our random, which is up here. So our random effects, so a positive value is going to indicate an increase in your dependent variable, given the independent variables that we've included in the model. So your negative values would mean that it's a decrease in your dependent variable, opposite of what I just tell you for your independent variables that are included. The closer to 0 means that it deviates less from the model's intercept. So when you write this up, you actually kind of summarize your random and fixed, from what I understand. Please tell me if I'm wrong. Maybe don't tell me until later because I just put it in an abstract, and that would be bad. Okay, Dan. Thanks for the great semester. Hope you enjoyed this wonderful session of Saturday Stats, and I hope your Saturday is a little bit more exciting than mine. All right, see you soon. Bye.